Mr. Peanut, he spent his life bringing people together. I know he'd be happy that we are all together now.
Yeah.
What is happening?
This is an emergency broadcast transmission. This is a statewide alert for all residents of Florida. An anomalous situation is ongoing throughout the state. Multiple reports of unidentified creatures have been received. These creatures have appeared suddenly and are considered potentially dangerous. Reports indicate creatures resembling organisms from the game Creatures of Scenaria have been sighted. Descriptions are as follows. Sarcosaurus, a large 50-foot-long white crocodilian with bone-like protrusions and large plated scales. Kendall, a 30-foot-long, 20-foot-tall bipedal creature resembling a T-Rex. Nymphosuchus, a small 10-foot-long crocodilian with moss and plant growth on its body. These creatures are considered dangerous. Although no attacks have yet been reported, the likelihood of attacks will increase dramatically with daylight hours. The public is advised to exercise extreme caution. Stay away from bodies of water, as these creatures are most commonly sighted in or near water. If you live on or near water, remain indoors until this situation is resolved. If you spot one of these creatures near you or your home, dial 911 immediately and avoid all contact. Do not approach these creatures. Seek shelter immediately if you observe any of these organisms. This is not a drill. This is a real emergency. We repeat. Avoid bodies of water. Report sightings to 911. Seek shelter immediately. Additional information will be provided as it becomes available. On air, we are closely monitoring the situation. This transmission will be updated frequently. Stay tuned to this station for further updates.
Hello South Florida, Lynn Martinez here with WSVN News with a breaking story that is rapidly developing. Authorities all across the state of Florida have reported getting calls about unusual creatures roaming the state. Images of these creatures have surfaced all across social media, and the organisms have been identified as creatures from the popular game Creatures of Scenaria. The public identified these creatures as Sarcosaurus, Kendall, and Nymphosuchus. While no injuries or deaths have been reported in regards to these odd animals, that is likely to change as the sun rises and people begin to leave their homes. Authorities advise those who live near water to remain indoors, as these creatures have been most frequently seen within or near bodies of water. A description of these animals have been provided, and these descriptions can be found on your local police department website. We will continue to keep you updated as this situation develops. This is Lynn Martinez with WSVM News, signing off.
It's time to let yourself explore the wide open beauty of Florida. cast away your stress and soak up some peace of mind. Say yes to some.
This is an emergency broadcast transmission. Attention, all residents of Homestead, Florida. This is a high-level emergency alert issued locally for Homestead. A shelter-in-place order is now in effect. Immediately seek shelter. An extremely dangerous situation is ongoing in and around the city of Homestead. An anomalous organism identified as a sarcovirus has been sighted within Everglades National Park. This creature is reportedly mauling anything in its path. All individuals currently within Everglades National Park are heavily advised to evacuate the park as quickly as possible due to this immense threat. There have been 4 fatalities reported and 6 injuries. Cities surrounding Everglades National Park are advised to pay close attention to news outlets in case this situation escalates further. Description of the creature is as follows: 60 feet from snout to tail, pale white and gray scales, heavy bone-like spines covering its body like a rib cage, blood-stained jaws and claws. If you sight this creature, do not attempt to flee on foot, it will catch you. Get into a vehicle and drive as quickly as possible. Reinforcing the shelter-in-place order. Seek immediate shelter in the most secure location available to you. This means go inside to a substantial building, preferably with no windows or minimal windows. Close and lock all doors and windows. Seek an interior room, away from exterior walls and windows. If you are in a vehicle and cannot reach shelter, remain inside with doors locked and windows closed. Turn off the engine. Lie down on the floor. Cover your head. Stay away from windows. If you are outdoors and cannot reach shelter, seek the lowest ground available, such as a ditch or culvert. Lie flat on your stomach. Cover your head with your arms. Avoid trees, power lines, and anything that could fall on you. Do not attempt to observe the creature. Do not approach the creature. Do not attempt to engage the creature. Monitor this station or other local news sources for updates. This is an extremely dangerous situation. Your safety depends on following these instructions. Repeat. All residents of Homestead, Florida, shelter in place immediately. Seek secure shelter. Avoid contact with the creature. Monitor news for updates. This transmission is on air. Stay tuned to this station for further updates.
Hello South Florida, Lynn Martinez here with WSVN News with an update on our breaking story from earlier this morning. At approximately 10 a.m., one of the anomalous creatures identified as a sarcovirus was reported mauling and killing anything in its path within Everglades National Park. So far, 4 fatalities and 6 injuries have been reported. The city of Homestead was put under a shelter-in-place warning due to its proximity to not only the Everglades as a whole, but also its proximity to the entrance into the park. People are being told to remain indoors and away from windows in case this creature leaves the park and enters the town. This sarcovirus was reported to be about 60 feet in length from snout to tail, has massive bony plates on its scales like a ribcage, and blood-stained jaws and claws. Anyone who is caught in this dangerous and life-threatening situation is advised to get in their car and evacuate the park. Anyone who is caught on foot by this creature is being told not to escape on foot because it will catch up and it will kill you. We do not have a reporter in the area due to the danger of this situation, but we will send a reporter to the town of Homestead when it is deemed safe to do so. We will provide you with more updates as they become available. Stay tuned to this station for more updates as they come in. This is Lynn Martinez with WSVN News, signing off.
I've got an idea for a Heinz ketchup commercial. I was at this super posh restaurant. Super posh. The type of place that has chandeliers and paintings on the wall and way too many forks. I think classical music was playing, but maybe it was jazz. No, definitely classical. The hostess walks up to me and she says, "Mr. Sheeran, is this your first time dining with us?" And I say, "Yep." The waiter comes over, he's telling me about the specials. Super fancy vegetables, fancy sauces. I said,
This is an emergency broadcast transmission. A message from the Homestead, Florida Emergency Alert System. This is an informational alert for Homestead, Florida. Attention, residents of Homestead, Florida. We are on air with an important update regarding the recent events in Everglades National Park and surrounding areas. The Sarcosaurus responsible for the recent rampage in Everglades National Park has been successfully captured and relocated to an undisclosed location for further study. Additionally, all other creatures previously roaming throughout Florida have also been captured and secured. We recognize the severity of the Sarcosaurus's actions in the Everglades, resulting in 17 fatalities and 29 injuries. We express our deepest condolences to the families and loved ones affected. Extensive efforts were undertaken to ensure the safe capture of these creatures. In total, 3 Sarcosaurus, 6 Kendalls, and 29 Nymphazochus were captured. Initial assessments indicate that the other captured creatures did not exhibit hostile behavior towards humans. The reason for the specific Sarcosaurus's rampage is currently unknown. Scientific studies are underway to determine the origin and motivations behind its attacks. Further research will be conducted to understand these creatures and prevent future incidents. As a result of these successful captures, the shelter-in-place order previously issued has now been lifted. Residents of Homestead, Florida may resume their normal activities. However, we urge continued vigilance and caution when in or near natural areas. Report any unusual sightings or concerns to local authorities immediately. We thank you for your cooperation and understanding during this time. Your safety remains our top priority. This concludes this transmission. Stay tuned to this station for further updates.
Please pass the all fruit.
Pass the Polana all fruit.
Pass the Polana all fruit.
Would you please pass the jelly?
Polana all fruit is real fruit, sweetened only with fruit juice. You'll call it delicious, you'll call it remarkable, but please don't dare call it junk.
This is an emergency broadcast transmission. We interrupt this program to bring you an urgent message from the United States government. This is a national emergency. A severe cyber attack is currently underway, targeting critical infrastructure across the United States. This is not a drill. On air, all users of the internet, all citizens, your immediate attention is required. The United States is under attack. A sophisticated and aggressive cyber attack is currently disrupting internet services and threatening vital systems. Multiple websites, including undisclosed government sites, have already been compromised. This situation is rapidly evolving and poses a significant threat. Our government is taking all possible measures to counter this attack and protect our nation's digital infrastructure. However, we need your immediate cooperation. Transmission. The action mode is stay alert. Repeat, stay alert. This means you must remain vigilant, monitor official news sources, and follow all instructions issued by authorities. Here are essential safety instructions. Please listen carefully. First, limit your internet usage. Unnecessary online activity increases the strain on already compromised systems and could make you vulnerable to malware or phishing attempts. Second, if you receive any suspicious emails, text messages, or phone calls, report them immediately to the appropriate authorities, your local police department, or the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Third, secure your home networks. Change your Wi-Fi password to a strong, unique password. Enable firewalls, and update your antivirus software on all devices. Fourth, be aware of potential disruptions to essential services. The cyber attack could impact everything from power grids to communication networks to financial institutions. Be prepared for potential outages. Fifth, pay attention to local news and emergency broadcasts. Official updates will be provided regularly. Sixth, report any suspicious activity to law enforcement. If you see anything that seems out of place or indicates further cyber attacks, contact the authorities immediately. We are aware of recent events in Florida and are investigating whether they are related to the current cyber attack. More information will be provided as it becomes available. The potential release of classified government files poses a serious threat to civilian life. We are taking all possible steps to prevent this from happening. However, it is important to be prepared for any eventuality. This is a critical moment for our nation. Our collective effort is essential to protect ourselves and our communities. This emergency is ongoing, and the situation is subject to change. Stay informed and be prepared to take further action if necessary. We repeat, limit your internet usage, be cautious of online communications, verify information, protect your personal data, and secure your home networks. We will continue to provide updates as the situation evolves. Your safety and security are our top priorities. Do not attempt to access known compromised sites. Do not engage with suspicious actors online. Do report any unusual activity. On air, this is the United States government. Thank you for your cooperation. Stay tuned to this station for further updates.